Sneaky back. Sneaky Lips back in the house. In my house. Because it's warm and it's cold outside. Anyway, I'm sulking. Yeah, I'm really sulking. Terribly sulking. Scratch 3 was released today. But guess what? Without a Linux client. Which means, for me, I can't do robot stuff. I know, I'm quite disappointed. Also, I can't do microbit stuff. I'm disappointed. So I'm sulking. So you know what? This is a tiny picture. Let's go to Tiny Core 9. Dozo. Okay guys, we're back on my desktop and I'm sulking, and I thought, you know what, I haven't done Tiny Core for ages and ages and ages. Well, I have actually. I've been playing around with it for about the past 5 days. Tiny Core 9, and it's quite good actually, although it will crash occasionally. Okay, now if you want to learn Linux and learn how things work, and you don't want to go to the command line all the time, Tiny Core might be for you. So tonight I'm going to boot up the virtual box, because it's near enough impossible to do it from anywhere else. I will explain that later. But anyway, moving on. So, I've got it all set up in VirtualBox here. So, I've got Tiny Core here. I'm going to have settings, okay? So, I've got Tiny Core, it's Linux. I always click the 2.6, 3 and 4 versions, and that should normally do it, okay? Under System, make sure you're booting from your optical drive, and your second one is your hard drive, okay? The third one, the main one, is make sure you're using a pointing device, which is PS2 mouse. Otherwise, you'll lose your cursor and it will go all over the way and you won't be able to find it, okay? Now, under display, I've set it to 32 megabytes. You can get away with 16, no problem. But I've just allocated a bit more RAM. It probably won't make any difference, but I thought, why not? We've got plenty. Might as well do it. Under storage, make sure your IDE controller is set at your stuff you want to use. So I'm used at Tiny Core Core Plus 9 here. There's a 16 megabyte one, there's a 32 megabyte one, and the Core Plus is about 178. The Core Plus comes with a lot of different desktops, but we'll see that in a minute. See how you go. Audio, you don't need to change that. Network, you don't need to change that. Serial, don't need to change that. USB, leave it as it is. Shared folders, don't even worry about it. We're having a play. Under user interfaces, get rid of this showing full screen seamless. Okay, we're done. So should we run it? Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's start it up. And I'll minimize this one in the background. So this is all we get. As you can see, we'll start with FLWM. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to make that full screen. And as you can see, it ain't going to be full screen, is it? Not yet. Give me some time. If you haven't got a 1080p screen, this is going to be ideal. Now, if you're going to have a play with this, I would suggest you get an old laptop or an old PC and do it this way. So this we're booted. We're there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to press Control, go to View, go to full screen. So the rest is black. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing basically. It's a tiny screen. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is install it. Okay, because you can't change anything otherwise. So on the bottom here we have Exit, Editor, the Control Panel, Apps, Run Program, Mount Tool, the Terminal, Easy Remaster, TC Installer, which is the installing application. My God, this is so much easier than it was about 7 or 8 years ago when we first started doing it. And you even get Wi-Fi. I know. I don't get. So we first want to install it, okay? So we'll go to TC Install. We're going to click on there. We want to do whole disk, okay? Don't worry about the others, because we're only having a play. The whole idea of this distro is to have a play and get your Linux skills up to date, so you know what you're looking at and know what you're looking for. So we're going to go to whole disk. Now I've got SDA. There's an 8 gig. Yes, 8 gig. Oh, yeah, okay. We want this to install the bootloader. This does work on a hard drive, okay? It does work. But as you go through playing with it, you'll crash it loads of times. No problem. So, moving on. ext4 is fine for me. I can live with that. Next one. Now you can install any of these you want to if you're so used to. But if you've never used TinyCore before, don't even bother. Just move along. Right. If you're on a Lappy, you're going to want Wi-Fi support, NDIS wrapper, and wireless firmware. Now, when it says wireless firmware, this is not just for wireless, it's also for hardware. So if you've got a LAN connection or Ethernet connection, you're going to want this. And if you haven't got a US keyboard, like me, you're going to want that one there as well. You may want to install the remaster tool, just in case you want to remaster it and give it to your friends to have a play with. But we won't do that this time. So go along. This is what it wants to do. Here's our source. It's on disk. It's a Frugal. I'm going to SDA. It's going to be ext4. It will give you GUI, Wi-Fi support, NDIS wrapper support, wireless firmware support, and support for non-US keyboard maps. Should we do it? Oh yeah. So we can proceed. I'll have a bit of drinkage while we're here, because I'm not going back to work until the 7th, which is Monday. So I'm allowed to. Okay. If you're doing it on older hardware, obviously it's going to take a bit longer. It doesn't take long at all, really. No, it doesn't. Really doesn't. I don't know if you think I'll get many cores, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, that's all we've done. The installation is completed. That's it. That's all you have to do. So I'm going to come out of that, and what I'm going to do is go down here to exit. And we're just going to shut down. You know what I'm saying? So wait for it to exit and wait for it to shut down for us. It'll unmount everything. And it'll go back to the VirtualBox screen. Eventually. So we'll get it back up. Now this is what you want to do. You'll go back to settings just to make sure everything works correctly. Okay. We go to system. We want to get the optical drive down there and disable it, basically, at the end of the day. We click OK. You ready? We're going to start again. Now this should be installed from our own drive, okay? Let's press start and see what happens. It's looking good. Looking good. We're in. So Core 9 is getting there for us. And you're, oh, it's just too quick, isn't it? It's just too quick. Click on the screen again if you're in the VirtualBox and you give you things, and so your mouse cursor won't go outside the box. So we're actually installed now. So what do you need to do? Well, I know I've got an internet connection. So what I need to do here is go down here to apps. First run. Would you like to run the system? Pick to run the fastest mirror. Well, of course I would do. So I'm going to click on that. See if I've got an internet connection. And it'll do stuff. It'll do stuff. And it'll do stuff. And we wait and we wait and we wait. A bit longer and a bit longer and a bit longer. My fastest mirror is the repo tinycorelinux.x. Normally it's the ENL in the Netherlands. But hey, I'll live with that one. We'll do that one again soon. That's okay. Right, now this is where you start to install your system. So if we go here, we go to apps, get cloud, load app locally, maintenance, yeah, slows me here, installation options, or quit. We're going to cloud and browse. Right, the first one I would suggest is to get Elsa. So I'm going to scroll down. Elsa is here. Hello Elsa. We want Elsa on boot. You get several options here. On boot, on demand, demand and load, or download only. I want Elsa on boot, okay? So I'm going to go, and that's going to download all our stuff for us, okay? That's the first thing I really, really, really want to do. Although I could run the graphics first, couldn't I? But hey, that's the first thing. It won't take long to do. Oh, it's done, okay, that's fine. So Elsa's installed. The next thing I want to do is go to my control panel, and here you see backup restore, which you don't need to do because we're actually installed on a hard drive. Date and time, network, my bar, so I can put this bar anywhere I want to, or what size or what colour. My mount tool, my mouse tool, system stats, my wallpaper. Yes, you can add wallpapers if you really want to. But what I do for the moment, as we're in VirtualBox, we can't get a really, really good resolution on my system. Okay. So we're going to go to Expressor. Now, these resolutions are quite low. So if I go to N, so if I type in N, hit enter, it was some bigger resolutions. So what I'm going to do is go to 24, which is 1080 by 2024. Okay, that should be do. So we do that. Then we type in 24, click it. I've got a USB and IMPS mouse. Yeah, that's fine. Just to go 1 here, enter again. Right, now we're going to come out of that. We're going to exit menu again. Oh, by the way, you can actually right click and do it that way if you want to. So we're going to reboot. And you can see it's backing up to this one here, SDA. Yeah, it's our tiny core save. You don't have to back up if you don't want to, or you can do save. But we're going to back up, and we're going to click OK, and it's going to reboot for us. Okay. It's going to be quite a long one, this, wasn't it? And I'm only going to do a couple of things. But if you really want to get inside Linux, and you've got an old system, and you have got VirtualBox, this will give you the opportunity to do this. And basically learn how it works without having to go into the CLI if you don't want to. Okay? Because some people don't do it. Oh, I've got a big screen now. And this is as big as I'm going to get in Xvesa. Unfortunately. Right, we're all ready to go. Oh, super duper. Love it. So if I right click on my desktop, applications, got my firmware, a terminal and my Wi-Fi. System tools, the usual, it's all in the control panel. So now we'll install some stuff, don't we? So we've got ALSA. So I'm going to open up here to my apps and go, actually I'm going to set a new mirror. Let's select a new fastest mirror and see what it comes up with. It should be the Dutch one, okay? Hopefully, because that's nearest to me personally, if you know what I mean. There you go, see, here's the Dutch one. Okay, go back to apps. So we're now using a closer mirror. Go back to browse. Right, what do you need? You're building up your system. This is nothing. It's not like doing Arch, okay? This is nothing like doing Arch. But it's very similar, okay? You build your system from what you want. So what we're going to do, I've got ALSA already, haven't I? Well, I've said that loads of times. But I want, maybe I want Firefox. So I'll type in Firefox in search. I want to get Firefox ESL. Okay, that's fine. And the version this version is 52.12. Ooh, do I want that one? I'm not sure. What about if I get latest? Now, if I get this one, let me open this up for you so you can see what I'm doing. There's some certain things you have to do if you want to keep the latest updated. But you know what? For you, we're just going to do that. Because it's one for now. So we want that on boot or do we want on demand? You know what? On demand is fine by me for Firefox. So go. Oh, it's there. Got it already. And you know why? I'll show you. So we'll close our apps box. We right click, go to on demand, and we get Firefox latest. Ooh. And here it will actually download the latest version of Firefox for you, for your Tiny Core version, which is Tiny Core 9 here. I've been using Tiny Core for at least 10 years on and off. It's a really good fun distro to work with for some fun, okay? I know the guys that actually work with it really put some time into it, but if you want to go into it and help yourself, this could be the one for you, okay? It's not going to be your daytime distro, but it's the one you go to sort out your problems. Yeah, when you have a problem. Because there's going to be lots of them. There we go. The latest one's going down. Nice and fast. It's super. Love it. I'm liking. And don't forget, it does have full wireless support. As long as you click the right boxes to start with. Okay. So we'll keep finishing what we're doing. Oh, we're there. So, enter. We're done. Now, what happens if I open that one? Will it open? Let's have a look. Oh dear. And here it is. Super. Remember, it is on demand. Most stuff in Tiny Core is held in RAM. A bit like Puppy and DSL of old, okay? Everything was running RAM. This one, it keeps it on the disk, and only when you click it, will it get into RAM, okay? So, let's see what it can do, shall we? I'll just make that a little bigger for you. There you go. So you get these boxes here for your Windows Manager. So I'll type in YouTube. So it comes up. Nice and quick, isn't it? Even the box is super. So if I put me in, so we don't break any laws. There's me. And there's the last one. There will be no sound because I've not actually set up the sound. I've installed ALSA, but there's no sound. Okay. And that's how it plays. We get an advert, of course, so I'll make that a bit wider. Just see how we go. Skip the ad. And what we're going to do, we're going to go straight into 1080-60 and see how it deals with it. And you know what? Not a problem really. It just runs and runs and runs and runs. So, do you fancy tiny core? It's alright, isn't it? It does what it says on the tin. You just build it up yourself. Now I'm going to do another 2 or 3 of these videos on tiny core and see how we get along. But it should be super duper nice. Sneaky Linux out. I'll see you later. Bye bye.